All right, it's recording. Today is September 2nd, 2008, and we're sitting here with Chad's grandfather, and we also have Chad's step-grandmother, Shirley, right here. And there's William, and there's Chad, and there's Corky. And Granddad, could you tell us your birth date?
Oh, yes. I have two birthdays, surprisingly enough. I was born on July 12th, 1922.
Okay.
And when I got my birth certificate to go in the Navy, I found out they had it recorded as July 13th.
Oh, really?
So for Social Security, the Navy, and everything else, I'm July 13th.
Okay. Well, why not? You know, it gives you an extra day there to...
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
So
and where were you born?
Born in Philadelphia, raised in Philadelphia. We had a lovely suburban area in Philadelphia. It had a lot of big woods around us, fields to play in. It was a good childhood. They're all built up there now where I was raised.
Mm-hmm.
And went to school there, went to college there, Drexel University.
And what were your parents' names?
My father was Harry Elvin Broadbent and Sr., and I'm Harry Elvin Broadbent Jr.
And so they named you after him.
Yeah.
And do you know who he was named after?
No.
Don't know.
I don't know where the Elvin comes from either.
Kind of unusual name.
Yeah, it is.
And your mother's name?
She was Elizabeth
Okay.
Broadbent, of course.
Lots of Elizabeths in your
maiden
family.
name was Ishi. And of course they were raised.
How is that spelled? Do you know?
I-S-C-H-I.
Oh, that is unusual.
It's a family was from Alsace-Lorraine in Germany. Her parents were German.
I was going to say, and do you know where they immigrated?
Yeah, they immigrated. Now my background is English, but they came over, best we can find out, is about the 1850s.
Okay.
Now Chad's done some research on that. Not Chad, Justin.
Mm-hmm.
He's done some research on Broadbent.
Mm-hmm.
So the ancestry and so forth. But they're from Great Britain, England.
Okay. And how many brothers and sisters did you
I
have?
had one brother, Jack, or John was his official name, and he was killed very short, October 9th, 1943. And he's buried over there in Italy in a United States National Cemetery outside of Rome.
Okay.
In Italy.
And what was his middle name? Do you remember?
John Waldo.
Waldo.
And he was named after an uncle of ours who was John Waldo Boggs, a doctor.
Okay.
He was our physician also.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Do you know if he delivered you and your brother?
No, he was a general practitioner, but we both were born in Hahnemann Hospital, where he had his medical training.
I was going to say it's unusual for children of that age to have been born in hospitals.
But he was an homeopathic doctor.
Really?
And that was a homeopathic hospital. Of course, they don't have homeopathic physicians anymore. They don't train them that way.
Right.
But anyway, and they were like grandparents to me. Really.
The Boggses?
The Boggses, yes, that's true.
And so did they live in Philadelphia also?
Yes, in Philadelphia, great big home. He was the son of a Presbyterian pastor.
Your
My uncle,
Your uncle.
Boggs,
Oh,
Dr.
okay.
Boggs.
Okay.
He was the son of a pastor, and
Okay.
he had this big old-fashioned Georgian house. It was his parents originally.
Mhm.
And his parents lived to be in their 90s.
Wow. So you have a lot of longevity in your family
Yes,
too.
my father, he was 93,
And what did he pass from?
leukemia.
Okay.
And his sister lived to be 100, who died only a few years ago. And had a brother, he died in his early 80s.
So still
Yeah.
considerably nice.
That's right. We
Long
went
lives.
beyond the average.
And what kind of life did you live when you were growing up with your brother? You know, were you considered maybe middle class or
Oh yes, definitely middle class.
comfortable?
And during the Depression, I know my parents had trouble holding on to the house. They had fortunately, the woman who held the mortgage was willing to negotiate, and so he could keep it with lower payments. I guess I didn't know the details, and we had one of these row houses, typical row house.
They're
And,
neat.
we see them built around here now, and they don't call them row houses anymore, but
Right.
that's just what it was, a row house. So we were definitely middle class, and Dad was just a bookkeeper,
Uh-huh.
and I was the first one out of the whole family to ever go to college.
I bet that made them very proud.
Oh yeah, I guess.
I'm sure, yeah.
And and I had a cousin who he got his degree but going to night school. So I'm the only one other than my grandsons who have, and my sons, all my children have been to college, of course, but I was the first one in the family, and anyone in my generation, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good old GI Bill, to help me. And I had 2 children before I got out of college.
How old were you when you had Sue?
Sue, she was born in 45.